Smith with Kellian Hockey. What I'm going to show you right now is a reverse soft drag. And defensemen use it as a way to keep yourself mobile, like laterally. What I see a lot, like when we're playing a one-on-one and we're backing up and the forward is coming at us, we have to keep a 2 stick length gap away from the forward. All right. We also have to match their speed. So whatever speed they're getting at, we're matching it, maybe even a little slower, so that we can meet them at the blue line and try and create offside. Okay. So what a forward's going to do is they're either going to dump it in and go by you, or they're going to cut across the ice and go laterally and try to maybe cross up the defenseman, but create something by a lot of lateral movement. And a lot of lateral movement can be troublesome for defensemen, because if you're backing up and a player cuts across you and goes laterally, if you cross over to get over there to get them, a good forward is going to watch this. What do you think's going to happen if they're watching you cross over this way? A lot of times what they'll do is they'll cut back on you. And if they cut back on you and you're doing this, this is where breaking ankles happens. Not literally, but it's like you'll try to catch up with them and they make you fall. So when you're engaging with an offensive player, when we're together now, we're engaging, we don't want to be crossing our feet. And then, so how can I go laterally if I can't? You're telling me I can't cross my feet. Well, how do I do it? So what we do is something called a soft drag, or a reverse soft drag, where I place my weight on my driving leg, my leg here, and then this inside leg, what I do is I bring it behind me a little bit, so that I'm going to have a relationship with gravity and my leg to get me going this way. I use gravity's pull on my body to drop me. And then as I'm dropping, I do a C-cut at the same time. So here, watch. As I'm backing up, this leg goes behind me, and then I fall. And then so as I'm falling, you can hear my skate dig into the ice, right? Okay. So at speed, as we're going backwards, backing up, player cuts across. So now I can stay with them and I'm not crossing my legs, which is important, because then if we go across and I've turned myself sideways, let's go the other way. So I'm going this way, they come across this way. I do my soft drag, come like this. I'm still watching them. If they go backwards, well, then I can move myself and get back. So the idea with the soft drag is to have a very aggressive way of staying with the player who's cutting across in front of you. And if you notice, what I've done is I've turned my legs sideways. I'm in a wide leg stance as I go across the ice, and I'm watching this player. And then depending on what they do, I can do another soft drag to go back the other way, more soft drags. And then if you need to get speed, yes, you know, sometimes you got to use those crossovers, but the fewer crossovers you use, the better, because that trips you up. So how do we practice this? Basically what ends up happening is you first want to get your weight onto the leg and glide without having gravity pull you down. So you need to be able to bring your hip out, your chin over, where my weight is down there, and then glide. So what I'll do to practice this, I'll go backwards and then glide as long as I can. So I come back, load up, and then push. Okay, going the other way. And then so what I'm doing is, like, if you look at my skate, let me see if I can do it this way so you can see, and I'll come towards you. This skate goes behind me. It's awkward. Goes behind me so I can push. So it kind of gets the skate out of the way. Okay, so what I might do in this case is I'll put a glove down, or maybe even, you know, a couple of things, and try and do a soft drag all the way around to the end without dropping my other skate, my inside skate. So I'll come back this way, do my soft drag all the way around, hold it until I push. Now, I'm putting I can feel it. I'm putting a ton of weight on my the ball of my foot there. Like I could really feel my ankle pushing into the ball. So like I am really crushing into my skate there and placing my weight on my inside edge right around the ball of my skate. Let me see if we can do this so you can see it better. So as we're coming back, really crushing and then pushing, okay? So once you get going that side, you're gonna wanna do the other side, load, 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 push. You might get a little fancier by starting forwards, rotate into a load, push. So that's a reverse soft drag. Go the other way, rotate into the load, push. So that technique is great for transitioning, right? We did this in an earlier video where we're going backwards into our transition to forwards. So we're going backwards with a crossover and then into your mohawk. So that's the same thing. That the soft drag is in there combined with a mohawk. Okay, so reverse soft drag. Now here's another way. Here's another place I'll use it. I'll use it as a way to like cautiously go towards a player. Like if I'm going up against a player who I know has fancy hands, and I want to get going, reaching, and you know, if I kind of lunge or go for pucks or things like that, fancy hands players are going to abuse you. So what I'll do is I'll use a soft drag to come in cautiously, close the distance, soft drag, but then push myself back off, right? Coming in, come over, soft drag, and then push myself back up, okay? I do that all the time along the boards when players are driving up the boards where I want to go to them to kind of smother them, but not commit fully, and then kind of be able to back myself off in case they cut across on me. So here's a drill that I'll use to practice the soft drag. Here, take a look. This drill is I will come back to the dot, and I'll basically go down the ice, return back to the dot, but I'm going to do a crossover towards the boards, do a soft drag where I put my weight onto this leg and kind of approach the boards, touch the boards, but then before I'm finish my extension, I've C-cut myself back out in order to get myself back to the center. So here, take a look. So I'm going to go backwards, crossover, soft drag, back over, soft drag, and back over, soft drag, and back. Okay, coming back, same thing, other side, towards this, soft drag, over, soft drag, over, soft drag. So that's how I practice, okay? Press, but not commit. Like I'm under control here, because if I come in and imagine there's a forward over here and I come in and he feels me coming and decides to cut. So if I'm coming over and I soft drag to press and he cuts, I am able to recover, which is huge, right? Coming in, soft drag, and recover. If I come over, soft drag, and he keeps going, I can transition and stay with him, because I want to close the gap as quickly as I can. If a body check isn't in the cards at this point, or maybe you're playing in a non-check league, you want to smother that players so they have no time, but you're all over them. But you have to be under control so you can recover where they make their evasive move. Okay? So, soft drag. So it's basically take the inside leg, put it behind you, put your weight here, and then push. Okay? So what I'm going to do in a minute is on my next video, I'm going to show you how to use these techniques as an offensive weapon. Okay?